Hey Raphael, my name is Marquis and I am the owner of Nomatic Marketing. And in this video, I'm actually going to show you 3 things that you and your team could do today to bring in more clients to your law firm. Now, most likely you're kind of just sitting there, asking yourself, why would I even be doing this in the first place? Or better yet, what's in it for me? And honestly, both of those are pretty valid questions. Oftentimes in the world of the internet, most business owners are too busy actually running their business in order to fully understand how the internet can benefit them and their company. Sometimes the only hesitation that they have to working with someone is they just don't know who's an expert and who isn't, who's going to end up really trying to help them and who's going to try to just take their money and run. I found by giving business owners a free attack plan of actual things that they can do to really impact their business, it's resulted in you business owners just kind of raising your hands and saying, hey, Marquise, can you just do this for me? So if by the end of the video you feel like the information that I provided you today is actually helpful with helping you get new clients and customers, feel free to shoot me a message and we can chat. Or you can actually take all of this information for yourself, and I'm perfectly all right with that too, all right? So now let me show you 3 things that will set your company above your competition and not waste any more of your guys' time. So the 3 things that we're going to go over today are going to be content, citations, and backlinks. So the first thing is content. So think of content as any of the words, phrases, pictures that show up on your website. So any of this stuff, this content, I believe this is probably you. So this picture of you right here, that would be considered content as well. So in order to be fully optimized in Google's eyes, you need to have at least 1,500 words of content on your front page. So what I did was I actually took your website, I threw it into one of the tools that we utilize here. This is SEO Quake. So this is a free extension that you can actually run on your browser. So anybody can download this. So as you can see here, I threw your website in and it spits out a good amount of information about the site itself. But the one that I care about the most is this one right here. So it says that you guys have about 1,670 words on that front page. This is wonderful. It's a great job. I worked with companies where they started working with us. They had about 100, 200, 300 words on their front page. So they were way in the back when it came to being totally optimized in Google's eyes. But you guys have done a great job at loading that front page with words and hopefully relevant words to your actual company and industry. But I do see things like personal injury here, and I see that that's highlighted, so that's good. The law officer, Raphael Sanchez, I see that there. Anything that deals with your actual company, I think is a great place. You should have that kind of information on that front page. All right. So then the second thing that I want to talk about today is going to be citations. So in order to really get a firm grasp of citations, I have already done a Google search. So I did a Google search for personal injury attorney, South Florida. So usually when a person does a search like this, there's a couple of things that come up. One is a list of ads. So these are the ads that are run on the Google Ads network. Basically, these ads themselves are pay-per-click, which means that a business owner only pays when a potential customer clicks on the ad. Now, these can go one of 2 ways. One, they can be very lucrative to a business, especially if they're done correctly. It can lead to a lot of new clients, a lot of new business, which is essentially what everyone's looking to have. Or it can be very costly, especially for lawyers, attorneys, anybody in the legal kind of like genre of business, specifically because you guys have the most costly set of keywords. So it can range anywhere from $60 to $70 to well over $300. So it's definitely something to be aware of, and then also something to be wary of as well. The section on this page that I really want to show you, though, is this section right here. So this is the Google's map section, or the Google Map Pack. Is where you can find the name, address, and phone number for a business. You can also find like the reviews and the star rating. So it's a very good place to find information about a business when you do a Google search. So I tend to have business owners approach me and say, hey, Marquise, how can I show up in the Google My Pack? And by show up, they do mean show up in one of these top 3 sections. So there are a couple things that you can do. Um, and some of them include optimizing your description, what actually describes your business and what you guys do. You can also optimize your photos that you have. And one of the bigger things that you can do is actually optimizing your citations. So citations are essentially anywhere on the internet that show your name, address, and phone number exactly the same. So they end up being crucial for telling just things like Google whether you're a reputable business, because the more places that have your name, address, phone number exactly the same, the more that it tells Google that, hey, like they are a reputable company. Look at all the places that their information show up. So what I did was I threw your business information into one of the other tools that we utilize here. So this is whitespark.ca. Essentially, it's a local citation finder. It'll show you all the citations relevant to your business across the web. So anywhere that shows up with your name, address, and phone number, like I said. As you can see down here, the law office of Raphael Sanchez, looks like you guys have about 14 citations around the web. This is very good, honestly. I've seen companies with way less than this, some having as low as 3 or 4, some having none, especially when they're starting a new business. But when you compare it to some of your competitors in the South Florida sphere, you can see that they're all pretty close. So they have about 18 for the South Florida injury law firm, and the law offices of Scott J. Semps, he has about 16. So you guys are all pretty close, and these two are actually showing up pretty high up on that Google Map Pack section. What I tend to recommend for businesses when it comes to citations is to have anywhere between 200 and 300 citations. It's just to put you in an area in which most people don't touch you. So the average business is probably around here. So that means that you guys are going to be kind of fighting in order to move up in that map pack. When you have 200 to 300, which is pretty much all the clients that work with us, it puts you in a area all your own. Most people aren't going to take the time to build that many citations, but we do. The last thing that I want to go over with you guys are going to be backlinks. So think of backlinks as how a website has authority on the web. So simply put, if you were to take site A and site A points to site B, therefore site A acts as a backlink for site B, giving it more authority on the web. So in Google's eyes, you have to think of Google as like a popularity contest. The more sites that are pointing at you, the more popular you are across the web. So this is always a good thing to have as many backlinks and credible backlinks as possible. And I say credible more so because not all backlinks are rated equal. They do need to be relevant to you, your business, your industry. So there's a difference between having a backlink from amazinglawyers.com and having a backlink from like Pizza Hut, for example. One is actually relevant to you being an attorney, and the other you can get 10% off your pizza. So it really just depends. So what I did was I took your website once again and threw it into one of the other tools that we utilize here. So this is Ahrefs. It's a very robust tool. It tells you a lot of information about all the different websites across the web. So this tool here looks like you guys have about 222 backlinks across 103 referring domains. This is a great place to be, once again, because a lot of companies don't have any backlinks, which puts them into an area of having to actually scrounge and get those backlinks in order to show up in some of these organic searches. And this kind of stuff takes time. So even having 222 backlinks across 103 referring domains is a great start. When you compare it to one of your competitors, as I like to do, we see South Florida Injury Law Firm. They have about 4,000, so almost about 4,500 backlinks across the internet, and that's coming from 540 referring domains. Basically, when I say that, it means that these 540 websites, these 4,500 backlinks are coming from these 540 websites. So as you can see, you guys are a little bit away from some of your competitors, but this number right here is not unbeatable. It just takes time and know-how. And one of the great things about being able to utilize a tool like this is I can actually just click on the referring domains, and it'll show me what domains this particular company is attached to. And once knowing that, I can actually just put it in for these same backlinks, which is always a great thing to be able to do. So once again, we went over a couple things in this video. One being content. So in order to be fully optimized, you should have at least 1,500 words of content on that homepage of yours. You guys have over 1,600, so you guys are in a great place for that. Second thing is citations. So you're going to want to have at least anywhere between like 200 to 300 citations. And that's just something that I recommend. It's just to totally beat out the competition by a landslide. And the third thing is backlinks. So you guys are going to need more relevant sites pointing at you guys just to show Google that you are the authority across the web. And if you were to implement these strategies today, you could be #1 across Google as well. So I bet you're wondering, what now? Well, you can either go and utilize the information that I presented you today, and you can kind of just do it on your own, and I am perfectly all right with that. Or if you want the most efficient route and you want to kind of save yourself some time, you can actually just give me a call at 970-829-1342. Once again, my name is Marquis, and I'm with Nomatic Marketing, and the best number to contact me is 970-829-1342. Thank you so much. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a good one.